Welcome to ECNTRADE daily video. Before we begin, it should be noted that any advice is of a general nature only and that your personal circumstances have not been taken into consideration.
Hello everyone, my name is Rob Clayton and thank you for joining me. Well, to wrap up for the day, the market for the Australian dollar holds to a relatively bullish stance, even though the market wasn't really too fazed by the comments made by the RBA Governor Phil Lowe earlier today. In light of the pattern, I still am looking for a further rise, and that is towards possibly to the highs around 69.80 to about 70 cents. The market may be a little bit cautious as it gets towards this top side of the range, as it is quite close near that 60-day moving average. And along with that, we are slightly overbought. Nevertheless, I do like this pattern, and it has progressed further since rebounding in front of that level around that 66.5 to 67 cents. The bulls are still continuing to move this market up, so I do anticipate that into the European and New York session. The euro is also playing a very modest bullish game, and that is to the fact that the dollar index, which measures the greenback strength against a basket of 6 major currencies, has tumbled further to around 106.40. From that, the euro has rallied and cleared the level of 102.20 and now looking up towards 103, or even where this downtrend line comes in, which is around 104 figure 40. I like the pattern, but we are a little bit overbought, but I do find that the marriage between the two should encourage further bullish traction and therefore see a modest gain into the European New York session. Further tests are expected on that support level around 137, 30, 40 area. Although we did get a brief challenge there, I'm not ruling out further risk to the downside as the technicals are heavy, the dollar is weakening, and therefore we could see a further slide if we see a break of 137, 30, 40 area, and maybe towards that trend line. But do be on your guard because all the way through this pattern, the market doesn't like to be too short. With the sterling also rallying, the market is still poised for a further up test, and that could see a rise up towards that downtrend. If I just bring this in a little bit to the view more of this downtrend, you can see that we are looking up towards this downtrend that comes in roughly around that 121.5 to about 121.80. Nevertheless, from the technical, still gaining along with the price, then I do feel that the bulls will continue to navigate higher for the pound. To some surprise, when you think about the US dollar sliding to its lows around 106.40, is that gold has been relatively trading flat above the level of 1,686 to 91, or more to the fact above 1,700. We can see here that we've got an inverted hammer, and all the closes for the last 4 days have been relatively unchanged. Nevertheless, the divergence is here, and I'm not ruling out that this could be a potential base and a further climb that looks towards 1,700, around that 40-45 area. Wrapping up with oil, well, the market thought twice about taking the price through 99.80, and you can see from the rejection there is a bit of a bear phase coming back into play. And if this is so, that we could see a further extension to the downside. As long as we don't break above or close in New York, that is above 99.80, then I feel we could be looking towards $94 a barrel and reassess from there. Well, that wraps it for today. Thank you very much for joining me, and as always, look out for the intraday report, and I hope you enjoy the great evening.